Hello, Christina's World Kitchen. I'm Christina Martinez Williams, and I am going to make an amazingly delicious dinner. It's a one-pot meal. It is jambalaya, and it is with sausage, calabaza sausage, onion, bell peppers, cauliflower rice, avocado oil, and I'm not using tomatoes. However, that is something that you could add, and it would make it delicious as well. And then a bunch of spices. So if you have ever had jambalaya, it's a Creole dish, like from New Orleans, that type of food. Put had it in the comments. If you've never had it, put never had it in the comments. If you like it, or put like it if you like it. If you've had it and you like it, had it and like it, had it or never had it. I mean, had it, don't like it. Put all those combinations in there. Thumbs up, hearts, share this video, and save it so that you can have this as an option. I love one-pot meals, as you might know by now, and I love this one because it tastes, there's a lot of veggies, and it's easy. All I had to do is dice the veggies and the onions and the calabaza, and it's ready to go. And the calabaza is technically already cooked. Calabaza, if you can find a no nitrate, uncured calabaza, that is going to be the best option. I think that's a little harder to find, but it's possible. Now, I'm going to start with my avocado oil. Tell me what it's like where you live right now. Today it has been kind of chilly outside and rainy. I had 2 swim lessons and 2 were canceled because not because of thunder and lightning, but because the rain made it so that the lifeguard could not see the bottom of the pool. So I had to cancel 2 lessons, but I got to teach 2 lessons. 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. And I am going to start to saute my onions and my bell peppers in this. And I'm using a huge, like 20-inch, I think is what these are. 20-inch pan. And 1 onion, 1 diced onion. And then we're going to add and mix together 3 bell peppers. Now, I happen to have all 3 colors, and I like all 3 colors, so I'm using them. But you can use any combination of colors that you prefer. If you're going for extra low carb, then use only green. But these give so many extra flavors. They are more sweet, so it will give that sweetness as well. And let me grab from here my mixers. So I want to get this started to saute and started to cook. I want to know in the comments where you live and if you have ever had jambalaya, and if you like it, if you've had it, and if you've never had it, you gotta try it. And then I want to know if you would add tomato to yours. If I were to add tomato to mine, I think I would add like 3 Roma tomatoes diced. But I'm not adding tomatoes to mine. All right. Now, I want that to start sauteing. It's all well combined. And then I'm going to add my cauliflower rice. And my calabaza sausage is already cooked. So I don't really need it to saute with these. And I don't need these to saute too long by themselves because they'll cook also with the cauliflower rice. And I want to add all the seasoning once the cauliflower rice is there as well. So I'm not going to do that. Tell me how you moved your body today and what are you eating tonight? What is your protein? What are your veggies? And what are your healthy fats? Tell me that in the comments. And if you like one-pot meals, put 1 pot in the comments or put the number 1 in the comments. I would love to know. And this is a great one because it's great. You can freeze it. You can use it as leftovers. It could be your lunch. It could be, I guess it could be a snack. If you want it to be a snack, it could be any time. So this is one that even if you're making a 1 pot and you can, but it's only like 1 or 2 of you in the house, you can easily save this for other times. This light is always so bright. in the background. It's like giving me like a halo right there. All right, these, for the sake of time on the live, I'm not going to saute these a little bit longer, but you could saute these for like 3 to 5 minutes before you add the cauliflower rice. I'm just gonna go ahead and add it, but that would be great if you do it for 3 to 5 minutes. I don't want you all to have to just sit here and watch them saute. But they look really pretty together. So pretty. All right. So pretty, so many colors. Now we're going to add the cauliflower rice. And I have 2 bags of cauliflower rice. These bags are 12 ounces, but if your bags are 10 ounces, it's awesome. You can still use that. And I also forgot that I wanted to squish the clumps out. It's so much easier to break up in your hands like this versus with the spoon. Okay. There we go. There's one. I'm going to mix it, and then I'm going to add some spices, and then actually before I add some spices, I'm going to add the calabasa so that the sausage also is getting with the spices. And let me mix this real quick. Tell me where you're watching from, and if you have had jambalaya, put had it, and tell me if you like it or not. If you've had it but you'll leave it, put have it, leave it. If you've never had it, put never had it. Jambalaya is a Creole dish, usually with regular rice. So, of course, my version has cauliflower rice. All right, definitely squeeze out those clumps before you get them in the pan. It's just easier. It doesn't really make a difference, but I think it's just easier. So I'm going to mix this, and then once it's mixed, I'm going to add my sausage. The sausage is already cooked, so I love that it will get a little bit like browned. It won't be overly so that way. It'll definitely get heated, and then slightly browned, and also be cooked in the rest of the spices. We already have 2 tablespoons of avocado oil, 3 bell peppers, 2 bags of cauliflower rice, and 1 onion. And if you would like to add tomatoes to yours, you could add like 3 Roma tomatoes. Tomatoes are still low carb, but a little bit higher. Well, you're just adding more to this. So I'm keeping it out for tonight for us, but you're welcome to add it, and it is still going to be really great. And gives it a little bit more like juiciness. All right, now let's go ahead and add our calabasa. I am using 2, these are like the U-shaped sausages. I used 2 and I cut them in half, and then I cut them in slices, so they're like in little half coin size. I like to have a bite of sausage in almost every bite if possible. So this makes that more possible when you cut it smaller. Some of these didn't get cut all the way through. All right, just want to get that all mixed in. And then we are about ready to go ahead and add our spices. These are like Cajun, Creole dish and spices, combination of spices. Trying to get my rice kind of evenly distributed too around all of this. All right, let me show you what it looks like from now. We're making jambalaya. Thumbs up, hearts, share this so that the whole world knows that they too can do this. All right, we are going to start with our black pepper, and we're going to use a half a teaspoon of black pepper. And that didn't go very far. Half a teaspoon of black pepper. Then we're going to use 1 teaspoon of thyme. 1 teaspoon of thyme. Try to more evenly spread that one. 1 teaspoon of oregano. 1 teaspoon of oregano. 1.5 teaspoons of garlic powder, or minced garlic. It would be equivalent to 1.5 tablespoons of minced garlic, which is equivalent to 9 cloves of garlic. Put in the comments what type you like to use, what form of garlic. 1.5 teaspoons of pink salt, and then to taste after that, I almost always add more. Oh, I only used 1. Okay, I gotta go back to the garlic. That was just 1 teaspoon. Okay, that's the 1. Let me get the half. Ooh, getting low on my fine pink salt. I'm so excited. I really am excited for the medium pink salt. All right, the other half of the garlic powder, and then we have 1 more spice. And I'm gonna mix them all together and just let it saute for about 10 minutes. Now 2 teaspoons of paprika. 2 teaspoons of paprika. Here's 1. And 2. Alright, 2 teaspoons of paprika, and now we get to mix it and then just let it saute until everything is heated, which it will be. The calabaza will be heated, everything will be heated, and it'll be ready to go. Oh, so if you like cayenne, I want to know who likes cayenne, who likes spicy, put spicy. If you like spicy, you can add whatever quantity. I would add like 1 to 2 teaspoons of cayenne pepper. If you don't like spicy at all, leave it out. If you like very minimal spice, put half a teaspoon to 3/4 of a teaspoon. Or like mild, I guess, or medium. But for me, the girls want nothing. So I'm going to put nothing. But I'm going to add like a lot to my personal portion. If I was making it for just my husband and I would put at least probably 1 to 2 teaspoons of cayenne. It would be very spicy. Tell me in the comments what you're like. My dad would be the same as my husband and I. My mom would be the same as the girls. My brother is kind of like in between. All right. Now, let me show you how delicious it looks. It looks really delicious. So good. You're going to have to try it. And make sure you share it. Share it, save it, like it, heart it, do all the things. From my house to your kitchen. Whoa, from my house to your kitchen. Global flavors and healthy plates. And okay, let's do that again. From my house to your kitchen. Global flavors and healthy plates from around the world. Have a great night. Bye.